Map to the exciting world of ethnic
Cut that stuff out. Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a special edition of our show here this afternoon. I said that's enough of that stuff over there. Would you please knock it off, please? Good afternoon, and welcome to our special edition of Cooking with Polkas. Yes, indeed, here it is. It's a brand new book just out, and when you order the Ron Yashinsky Laughing Method, you also get my free cookbook. It's chock full of useful recipes, wonderful graphics in here. Tells you how to make wonderful things. I'm going to show you how to make 3 delectable dishes, full course meals here this afternoon. And in between my cooking, I will show you some top videos with the polka bands here in the Chicagoland area. We have a special this week. Bruno Mikas was in town last week, and we got a couple songs from him. We're going to make sure that we're going to show you them. Well, first off, what we're going to start out, we're going to make baked chicken this afternoon. We're also going to make baked shvinia, and we're also going to make fish. So I hope that you stay tuned and enjoy. Right now, you know, every party, you always want to start out with some hors d'oeuvres or something like that, and I've selected, you start out with some canapes. Canapes, hors d'oeuvres, either one, canapes, hors d'oeuvres. So here's a canapes. You start out with that, and serve that to the people. They'll love it very much. Right now, what do you say we go and watch Bruno Mikas that was recorded last week at the IPA building, and this one is entitled The Army Days Polka. Oh, I just love polka music. It makes me want to go. All right. Are you starting with those damn effects again? Knock those effects off. How are the people going to see what I'm cooking here? All right, now if you get the Cooking with Polkas book, you'll find a very good section in here called vegetables. Now, I always like to clean my vegetables before we get started. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stuff a chicken this afternoon. I'm going to show you how to make the Stras family recipe for stuffing chicken. It's something good. But I always like to set out with some clean vegetables. So I suggest that you clean your vegetables with some Lysol. It's good. It kills all the germs on the vegetables, takes care of it right away. All you got to do is spray it on, wait a few seconds, let it soak in there. Then all you got to do is rub it off, and the vegetables are clean. You won't believe how clean your vegetables will be. Now what we have to do to start out here is we have to cut up the celery. You know, all good stuffings have celery. Ooh, a little carried away there. I like to do things fast. Now what I like to do is I like to fry the celery before I stuff it into the chicken. So what I'm going to do is put a little vegetable oil in there, just about, I don't know, just one thing like that. And I also like to put rice into my stuffing here. So we're going to let that simmer up for a while. Can you see that in there? Okay. Now what I do is I take all the celery and I just put it right into here, and we're going to let it simmer for a while. Let it get nice and brown because, you know, it's good to have brown celery. You know, take the ends. You lose that later on. You'll be able to use that a little bit later on. So we put that into the bowl here and get that in. I think I need one more. Just remember, just one more. Just like that, a little bit like that. Put that right in there. And get a spoon, and then you start to get the cameraman. Can we get a shot of this in here so the folks at home can see what's going on here? You get this in here, and you mix it all up with the oil. Wonderful, beautiful. You see how that looks? And you won't even taste the Lysol. Don't worry about it. And if you do, it'll clean your esophagus out. You'll have no problem. So we just mix that up a little bit. And in the meantime, I've got the water boiling over here, and we're going to put the rice on. And for the rice, I suggest use about a cup. So there's 1 cup of rice, and I like to use the wild rice. Very good. Make it a little bit extra. Just it's too much, I won't need it. Make a little bit extra in there for that, and we got to stir this up a little bit more here. Okay, and then I would like to stir the rice up so you know you hate to get rice. Of course, this is Uncle Ron's rice. It doesn't stick to the sides of the pan, so you won't have a problem. You'll find that at your favorite grocery store. Uncle Ron's rice. Remember that. So now while this is simmering over here, we're going to get the chicken out, and it's important that you get one skinny chicken, because when you get one skinny chicken, you can really stuff it inside, and I just happen to have one skinny chicken right here. You put the skinny chicken in the pan, and you notice I took all the feathers off and everything. Beautiful, and you leave a little opening in the throat. And how you get this, we've got to get a shot of this here because the folks won't understand it. What you have to do is when you buy the chicken, instead of cutting the head off, because I really hate the way the things run all over the backyard and everything. What you do is you just make a little slit down in here in the mouth and then open just a little bit enough. You see what a nice throat you have in there. You just put that, and then you can shove everything down in there, and it's beautiful. You won't believe how wonderful it tastes. Right now, why don't we take a commercial announcement, and I'll be right back.
Circus coordinator Mort Petrie invites you to the all-new 1988 edition of the 46th Annual Medina Temple Shrine Circus for 17 spectacular days and over 40 performances. See 2.5 hours of chills, spills, and thrills at the Medina Temple, 600 North Wabash Avenue through March the 20th. For tickets and information, call 266-5050, 266-5050. Don't miss the all-new 1988 edition of the 46th Annual Medina Temple Shrine Circus.
Okay, welcome back, and as you can see, the celery is just about done. So what I'm going to do is we're going to get a big mixing bowl, and I put that in there. The rice is still simmering over there. That should be ready in a little bit. And we also have to have potatoes. I like potatoes in my stuffing. This recipe happens to call for 2 potatoes diced. Snake eyes. Okay, 2 potatoes diced right in there. All right, now you also have to use a dash of flour. And dash, okay. And now what you have to do is, I always like to put some eggs in there. Beautiful, I love it. A little messy here this afternoon. Put the eggs right in there, mix those right up. Save the shells, they're better later on. You put them in here just like that. And the rice is coming along very well. Also, what I like to add in it is a little bit of wine. I really like a little bit of wine. So what I suggest, for a very little bit of wine, can we get a shot of this, please? For a very little bit of wine, use just one little grape. And what you have to do is just squeeze the grape just a little bit and a little wine. Okay, and now what you have to do is, I also like to use a little bit of, this is what I call Polish moonshine. It's fantastic. We pour it in here just like this. And then what you will see is, it bubbles for a little bit. Pour it right in there. Beautiful. You can find this Polish moonshine at many of your favorite Polish stores in the Chicagoland area. Just put that in there like that. It's wonderful. And then the rice is doing very well. And then what we have to do now is mix this. Can we get a shot of this, please? I'd like to have a shot of this to show the folks at home. You can see I'm mixing up the ingredients here. We've got the eggs, and we got the 2 diced potatoes in here, and the celery, and everything's coming along just, you won't believe this stuffing when you taste it. Now, you know, I very seldom like to use a lot of bread in my stuffing. So what I decided to do is just use some breadcrumbs. You can use anybody's brand. It doesn't make any difference. Put a little bit of breadcrumbs in there. It'll soak up some of that oil and some of that Polish moonshine in there. Just a very little bit. There's no need to put in a lot in there. Just a couple of shakes of the can here, and it'll dry it up very well. And I can see that the rice is doing well over here. And then we mix this up again inside of here, and now we're getting a little bit closer. And things should be coming along very well. So why don't we're waiting for the rice to get done, why don't we watch another video? Here's the nation's #1 Grammy-winning band, Eddie Blazonczyk and his Versatones, and this one is entitled Stomp Your Feet Polka Medley. Oh, I can't wait to taste this. Well, welcome back, and the stuffing is all just about ready to be put into the chicken here. And I'm just waiting for the rice to get done. You know, I want to show you another thing while we're waiting for the rice to get done. I'm going to show you a little bit later on how to do this. All of these recipes can be found in the Cooking with Polkas book, so make sure you order it. It's sent to Polonia today, and it's at $59.44. This is some of the wildest rice I ever did see. Oh, man. Okay. Done to a turn. Put a little rice in there in the stuffing, and we mix that up real good, just like that. All right. It's coming around nicely. Now, to stuff it, you know how you used to have to go through here and stuff and stuff and stuff and stuff? Not no more. With this new technique, you won't believe it. Open a chicken's mouth. In the stuffing goes. Can you get a nice shot at that? How smooth the stuffing goes? Get in there. How smooth the stuffing goes right in. You make that little opening like I showed you before to cut it, and it goes right in just like that. Okay, so your chicken is just about stuffed now, and you put it in the oven. Turn it on 604. Put it in there for about 2 hours. We'll set the timer, and we'll be back, and I'll show you how to make some baked Alaskan cream pie. You won't believe it. We'll be back right after this very important announcement.
The PKO Trading Corporation delivers to Poland a wide variety of parcels, including citrus fruits, an excellent assortment of coffees and tea, delicious lunch meats, liquor, and even beer, as well as chocolates, cocos, and many other sweets. PKO can also fulfill orders for nutrients and other items for babies, even toys, as well as cosmetics for both men and women, also medicines and many other articles. PKO is pleased to provide you with its free catalog upon request. Information is gladly given and orders accepted by all authorized PKO dealers and by the PKO Trading Corporation, with offices in New York and Chicago. In Chicago, you may contact PKO by mail at 333 North Michigan Avenue, or call PKO in Chicago at 782-3933.
Okay, and we're back, and while the chicken's cooking in the oven, it's just great time for you to make that dessert for your guests that are coming over. There's a special section here in the Cooking with Polkas book, torts and cookies. And I'm sorry, I don't know where I got the baked Alaskan from, but I'm going to show you how to make a beautiful crumb cake. You start out with about a half a pound of butter. Half a pound of butter, that's about a half a pound, okay. And then what you also have to do is get 4 eggs this time, 4 medium-sized things. Now, this is very important. You must separate 2 eggs. 1, 2. And right in there they go, okay. And now the next thing what you have to do is you also have to get a little bit of flour. And we put the flour in there just a little bit for a little better consistency. We put a little bit more in. And also milk. You got to have some milk in there. And just a tad. Oh, this stove is on. It shouldn't be. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Just a little bit of milk. Just like that. Okay. And then what you want to do is, I always like to let the eggshell sit in there for a few seconds. Don't ask me why. It always gives it nice flavor. Put it right in there. Okay, just like that. And then what you do is just mix up the butter and the milk and the eggs, and everything will be just wonderful in there. Can we get a shot of this, please? I'd like to show the folks at home what that looks like. See how wonderful. You won't believe what this looks like. Oh, I forgot to take the wrapper off the butter. Oh, well, that's good. If you're going to grease any cookie sheets at home, you can just use this to grease the cookie sheets. You don't need to buy any of that spray stuff or anything like that. All right. And you just flatten that out like that real nicely. And now this is a brand new pan that is out on the market. No cooking involved whatsoever. And you'll get one of these pans if you send an extra $12 to order the Cooking with Polkas book. All you have to do is take the top of the pan, place it on here, put it over the stove. Just get a couple of the heat rays from the stove, and it's done. I know you're saying, how could it possibly be done? But you won't believe it. We take this off, and there you had the cake. Can we get a close-up shot of that cake, please? Isn't that wonderful? Look at how easy it does. It even comes with a handy wrapper on the back. You can't go wrong with this cake pan. So remember, when you order the Cooking with Polkas book, you also get this fantastic cake pan. Let's watch another video right now. I don't know what we've got shown up, so whatever we're going to watch, I'm going to watch it with you.
Turn us on, hear the music, turn us on. The songs we play will make you wanna dance around. If you're near or if you're far, if you're driving in your car, turn us on, turn us on, turn us on. Turn us on and you'll hear a melody. Just join in and sing it right out loud with me. Radio, record, or tape, do it now, it's not too late. Just turn us on, turn us on, turn us on. Turn us on if you're feeling kinda low. There's just one thing that you really ought to know. Polka music is the best. A little Polish happiness will turn you on, turn you on, turn you on. Turn us on, hear the music, turn us on. The songs we play will make you wanna dance around. If you're near or if you're far, if you're driving in your car, turn us on, turn us on, turn us on.
Okay, and we're back right now, and as you can see, the chicken is done. I've got my chicken hat on, and can we get a nice shot of this, please? Look at how wonderful that chicken looks. Beautiful, and you won't want to wait. You won't be able to wait to sink your teeth into this wonderful chicken. It'll be fantastic. When we come back, a little fishy business right after this very important announcement.
Vatican City, where the Pope lives. Now you can visit this very special place without having to leave your own home. John Paul's Vatican is now available as a home videotape. It will take you behind the scenes at St. Peter's, through the Pope's own gardens, and into the libraries containing manuscripts from the dawn of Christianity. You'll meet the people who live and work inside the Vatican walls. In honor of the Pope's tour of the U.S., John Paul's Vatican is now being offered to you for only $29.95. You'll experience over 40 minutes of colorful pageantry, the masses, the audiences, the priceless art, and witness some of the most solemn rituals of Catholicism. Learn of the Pope's hopes and fears for the world.
To order, call toll-free 1-800-648-5353. Have your credit card handy. Or send check or money order for $29.95 plus $3 shipping to this address. But for fastest service, call 1-800-648-5353. Also available in Spanish.
Okay, and we're back, and like I said, we've got everybody, you know, now that it's Lent season, everybody likes to make a little fish. So we've went out and gotten, just for the halibut, I've gotten a halibut. Now, I've already, what I've done is I already pre-boned this fish. I filleted it, or filleted, whatever you prefer. And what I like to do is really flatten the fish out, so you just have to beat on it for a little while. And I like a French fried fish. So what I thought I'd do is, once again, no need to measure, just a little bit, one shot of the arm, just like that. That's all you need to do. And now what you have to do is take a little flour and flour the fish, just like this, just a little bit like that. And then now you can beat it. It comes out very nice. Can we get a shot of this, please? The folks at home will love this. You see how wonderful that fish looks, just like this. Just a little, I like a very light coating. And the best way to do it is just take the flour and rub it with your hands over the fish. Throw it in there, turn the fire up a little bit, and you're all set to go. And the trick here is, somebody stole my spatula. Well, anyway, the trick here is to keep on flipping the fish, because you want to get a nice brown side, brown sides on each side. And just keep on doing this for a little while, and you'll be okay. Now, the next thing I wanted to show you, because we're running out of time, and I want to make sure that you get this. I told you at the top of the show, and don't forget to get this book. I told you at the top of the show, baked svinia. I'll be right back. Hold on one second. I got a fresh svinia right here, all ready to go. And this is the miniature kind, small svinia. And what I like to do with the svinia is put a little salt on it. For some reason, a pig tastes great with some salt on it. So what you do is you want to take a pinch of salt. Just take some salt into your hand like this, and just a pinch. And put it on there like that. Beautiful. Now what you want to do is take a little flour and just caress his backside, as they would say, like this. And then, you know what the best part about making the svinia is? You don't even need a pan. All you have to do is throw it into the oven, turn the broiler up to about 804, and before you know it, you'll be done. Now, while you're waiting for the svinia to get done, it's always nice to serve cocktails to your guests. And it's beautiful to serve cocktails with shaved ice. So I'm going to show you my technique. You get some ice chunks and a razor, and you shave the ice. Can we get a close-up of this, please? Just like this. Just shave the ice. It makes for a wonderful conversation, better than ice cubes will ever be. Right now, let's watch a little bit of Bruno, and I'll come back, and I'll show you our dinner that we've prepared here this afternoon. Okay, and there you can see the svinia and the chicken. Now, you remember in the beginning I told you how important it was to stuff the chicken from the front? Now you know why. Also, we have here the wonderful cake that was made with that fantastic magic pan that you get when you order the cooking book, and there is our halibut. Well, I hope you enjoyed the show this week, and we'll be back with you next week for another edition of Cooking with Polkas. Bye for now.
ETC, the Ethnic Television Channel, a video roadmap to the exciting world